Wait to the Randy are dying recording right now.
Let's go back to the pilot. Cain creates an angel food cake for Pomni. Before she can even touch it, Bubble eats the entire thing, and Cain screams at him, "Parasite!" and pops him. Most people thought that was just a joke, but parasite is a really specific word. A parasite is an organism that lives on a host and feeds off it. And the main thing about parasites is you can't remove them. They keep coming back. That's exactly what Bubble does. Cain pops Bubble all the time throughout the show, but Bubble always comes back. Cain can't get rid of him. He tries to delete him, but Bubble just returns like nothing happened. That's weird because when Cain deletes other NPCs, they're gone. When he removes stuff from adventures, it disappears forever. But not Bubble. Bubble always comes back. That's how a virus works, and the name proves it. When people ask Gooseworks about Bubble's gender, she said he's a boy. That's a very specific answer, and there's a reason for it. In 1999, there was a computer virus called the Bubble Boy virus. It was created by a hacker in Argentina named Zulu, and this virus was huge news at the time because it was the first virus in history that infected computers without opening an attachment. Every virus before Bubble Boy required you to click something, download a file, run a program. But Bubble Boy was different. It infected your computer the moment you opened the email. Experts at the time called it potentially the most dangerous virus ever created. When it infected your computer, it would change the registered owner of your PC to Bubble Boy. And the scariest part was, you couldn't get rid of it. The virus created a file in your startup folder, so every time you restarted your computer, the virus would come back. You could delete it over and over, but it would just return. Sound familiar? That's exactly what Bubble does in the circus. Cain pops him constantly, but Bubble always comes back. He's unkillable. He can't be permanently deleted, and the name matches perfectly. The Amazing Digital Circus has that 90s computer aesthetic. The design looks like software from 1999. The way the world is built, everything feels like late 90s internet culture. So if you're making a show about a digital world that looks like it was coded in 1999, and you name a character Bubble, and that character acts exactly like a virus that infects without permission and can't be removed, that's probably not a coincidence. But the virus comparison goes deeper than just the name. Bubble doesn't follow the same rules as everything else in the circus, and Cain notices it. When Bubble tries to swear, he gets censored. But the censor sound is different from Cain's censor sound. When other characters swear, Cain's filter kicks in and bleeps them out. But when Bubble swears, it's a completely different sound effect. That means Bubble has his own censor system. He's not running on Cain's code. He's running on something separate. Cain even says it himself in the pilot episode. After Bubble licks Pomni's vomit off the floor,
Disgusting!
Cain looks at him and says, "Why are you like this?" That's not the reaction of someone who's just annoyed with their assistant. Cain is confused. He genuinely doesn't seem to understand why Bubble acts the way he does. And that's strange, because Cain created the entire circus. He built everything. So if Bubble was just a normal AI assistant, Cain would know exactly how he works. But he doesn't. Bubble seems to operate outside of Cain's control.
I mean, we all do it. You see a line, have no idea what it's for, but your brain is like, should I join it? It's crazy, right?
There's something else about Bubble that doesn't really make sense. He only talks to Cain, never to the humans. Which is strange, because every other NPC in the circus can talk to the humans normally, but Bubble never directly speaks to any of the humans. He talks around them, but never to them. And in episode 4, there's a scene that shows they're physically connected. Bubble plugs a water leak with his tongue.
Bubble, plug that up!
Then Bubble's tongue comes out of Cain's own mouth. They literally share the same tongue, almost like Bubble is a part of Cain himself. Then there's episode 5.
I think they're enjoying the suggestion box adventures more than the me adventures. What should I do?
You should die. You should throw a beach party.
Why do you swear now?
Bubble says, "You should die," right in front of Cain, and then immediately switches to talking about a beach party. And Cain doesn't even react to the first part. He just responds to the beach party comment like nothing happened. What if it was a dark, intrusive thought that slipped out? Because if Cain is failing at the only thing he was created for, if he can't make good adventures anymore, then what's the point of him existing? Bubble didn't come up with that on his own. Bubble is part of Cain, because why would an entity as powerful as Cain even need an assistant? So Bubble is either a piece of his subconscious that got separated, or a virus that's integrated itself so deep into Cain's code that they're connected. So Bubble actually has power in the circus. At the end of episode 7, when Ragatha asks what the blue button would have done, Kane says he was so confident they wouldn't press it that he just let Bubble decide. And Bubble chose to send them all to Shrimp Town. And you see it throughout the show. When Kane doesn't know what to do, he turns to Bubble. For something that's supposed to be a simple AI assistant, Bubble has way too much control. There is another theory, other than Bubble being a part of Kane. The circus is inside a building called C&A. I've already